things got a lot better.
I
So
was drugged
make those
out
connections
for
as you
months
will.
in the beginning.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to LoveCast BL Podcast. I am your host, Alexa, and I have the whole team with me here today. Pixie, Kayla, and Heather are all here. Yay!
Hi!
Hi.
Happy New Year! Happy 2024!
Yay!
It is season 4 of LoveCast, which is
4.
wild.
Damn.
Wild.
Mhm.
We've been
been
doing
a
this for a long
ride.
time. It's crazy to think about. And of course, I was going to say we thought it would be best to start off the season the way we always do, but then we realized we did not do this last year. But that's because we started off last year with like 5 interviews. So
Yeah,
this
we
year,
started with Freen and Becky. And
yeah,
that
we
took
started off
off.
very differently.
Yeah.
This year, we're going back to our roots and starting off the season with our predictions and what we're looking forward to in the upcoming year of Boys Love. There's going to be a lot coming out, a lot that's been announced, and a lot that we think might be happening or starting to ramp up. So, yeah, we have like varying degrees of lists and preparedness as always. So I think we'll just kind of jump into it. I don't know how we want to start it off. Like, does someone just want to say a show that they're looking forward to and we just jump off from there? I don't know how we want to do it. I can say one of mine that I'm looking forward to first
Yeah,
if we
go
want me
ahead.
to get the ball rolling.
Cool.
Okay, so I did make a list. It's not in any particular order. I was just kind of listing things as they came into my head. And the first one I put on my list was Love Upon a Time, which is the Domandi show with Net and James. This one was, they released the pilot trailer in 2023. I think it was like initially supposed to come out in 2023, but a lot of their productions were delayed. So it's their time travel, historical, fantasy BL with Net and James. And I was really excited for it when the pilot trailer came out, just because I'm really excited to get into the more historical side of BL. And I hope that keeps growing as well. But yeah, that was the first one I had on my list. I really like Net and James, and I'm really like just looking forward to seeing what will come from that one. So
Yep, I had that on my list too.
Same.
What I was looking forward to. I'm just really excited to see more of Net and James. Like, I feel like they improve every single time I see them, just as actors, and it'll be interesting to see them in some more dramatic roles because they
yeah,
do drama really well.
yeah. I feel like I'm gonna be fighting not to compare it to I Feel You Linger in the Air because it's like a very similar
Mm-hmm.
premise. But I think the vibes will be different, at least like based on the pilot
They
trailer.
will
I
be.
don't think it'll have quite like the heavy, emotional, dramatic vibes that I Feel You Linger in the Air had, but I like this kind of like plot line, so I'm excited to see how they do it.
Yeah, one of the shows that really stood out to me while watching like a teaser trailer, that I can't get out of my head is Jack and Joker, the
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
Jin War project. I am obsessed
I actually
with
am
the
excited.
with the story and just Jin and War. They are so good, and they look like they are having so much fun in that trailer.
Yeah.
I I love stories that are a little bit more unconventional, a little bit more action-packed romance, plot
Mm-hmm.
twists kind of deal.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's cool that they conceptualize the whole idea themselves, like with their, I don't know if it's a
Right.
production company that they have, but I know they said like they came up with the plot, like they worked with the team, like it's not an existing story, and then they're co-producing it with D Hub House, which like I love everything from D Hub House. So when I saw that, I was like even more excited for it than I originally was. But I know like we've all been waiting for another Yin War project
yeah.
since
Love
why did
mechanics.
Thank you. I was gonna say my engineer, and I was like, wrong engineers, wrong engineers. Love mechanics, thank you. So I'm excited that they're coming back. Yeah.
Me too.
I'm excited that T is directing as well.
Yes. Yeah.
That's something that really excites me about that show.
I agree. I love everything T directs. I think he's a really good director.
I've watched the trailer so many times.
Yeah, it was a fun pilot.
So previously you said like with all different levels of preparedness.
Yeah.
My preparedness is like a lot, and so I sorted the shows into like production house and genre, and I had notes on like the director, who's going to be directing, who's in it, etc., etc. So I put Jack and Joker in Underworld, and so my next thing in the Underworld, like Underworld Mafia genre that I'm looking forward to is Red Peafowl.
Oh, I totally forgot about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
So sorry, my voice might go in and out. So I don't actually know who's directing it. I couldn't find it. I only did a very surface level deep dive and couldn't figure out who's directing, but we all know who's going to be in it, and like all the varying levels of cameo and supporting character type of stuff that they'll be. But the entire series and everything around the series just intrigues me, and so I'm actually looking forward to seeing it released and seeing what they came up with, how they shot it, and also seeing just everyone's reaction to it. Like I'm just it's like a twofold looking forward to type of thing. I want to watch it. I'm very intrigued. I love the Mafia stuff. I love the Underworld stuff. But I just also want to know if they pull it off. And I want to see how everyone reacts to it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we talked a lot about the marketing tactics that they use and kind of how hit or miss they were. But I will say, once they actually released the pilot trailer, I thought it was a pretty damn good pilot trailer. So I haven't really seen anything from them since then. It feels like they've kind of gone a little bit silent. I guess they're probably maybe gearing up more for production. But I did enjoy the pilot trailer. So
I mean, that's what happened sort of with Kim Porsche at the beginning. Like, they put out this huge trailer and then just, okay. Until everything went up in flames.
Yeah. I think a lot of shows kind of have that period after the pilot trailer, because like after they release a trailer is when they're kind of, I think, working together their funds and their sponsors, because that's a lot of what they use to attract sponsors is the pilot trailer. So like I'm not surprised that they're kind of probably more silent right now, but we'll see when they start gearing up for things soon.
And they've got to get everyone, so because there's so many people in this series, they've got to work on everyone's schedule to get everyone together to film.
It's very ambitious considering how many different people there are.
So there's a good chance they're either working on putting together a filming schedule, or they already have a filming schedule. They know they're going to film their leads, and like everyone else around that, they'll start that, and then they'll pull in when people are free to film their scenes and stuff. But I think it's a lot of logistics.
Yeah, sure, there's a lot going on back there.
Yeah, I think they could pull it off if they have the money. Like, I think the acting will already be there. Like, it has a pretty good cast. They just need the funds to be able to create the world, whatever the world ends up being, because honestly, I did not understand the summary whenever we read it before. All I remember is there being like a Scotland field inspector or something. I don't fucking know.
Someone commented on the video where we talked about that and said what they think it probably was, and now I can't remember, but I think it's some kind of like liaison Scotland, or something like that in that realm.
Scotland Yard is like police officers. It's like specific. So it's probably
like a liaison of sorts,
from the UK or something.
When we said it in that moment, I was like, what?
Like Interpol?
It's gonna be so confusing.
But yeah,
And
so
like,
Hmm.
yeah, go ahead.
you go, Pixie.
I was just gonna say like because I got into like in the similar my head, you know, I'm not prepared for this. So my head just goes in directions when we're talking. And so in the similar like dark setting, just have to make like a comment because I am here for it. The amount of vampire BLs that we are getting this year.
Yeah.
It's a whole
Yes.
subject.
There are so many. I was looking this up and I'm just seeing like titles vampire, vampire, vampire. And I was like, this is awesome. I can be on board.
The new
I'm
subgenre.
so excited. You have no okay, this is very embarrassing. I'm about to admit this. But when I was a teenager, I went through such a massive vampire phase that
Same.
I literally had like my group of friends all had like we had this like this name which was like based off like vampire stuff. We all made nicknames based off of this like vampire, like it was a whole thing.
That's so
And
funny.
and I still love vampires to this day. Like I will so I'm right there with you, Pixie. Like all of these vampire
I've
things
read,
coming out.
like all of the Anne Rice books, the Vampire Lestat, and seen like every movie you can think of with vampires, and I love it, and I love
Same.
like even Twilight. Is it Twilight?
I liked Twilight when I was reading
like
it as
Twilight.
a teen.
Like for what it is, like it's a teenage vampire story. It's a little bit camp. It's fine. I really like watching that, and
I love vampire shit.
dude, I can't tell you like a vampire show or series or book that I didn't like.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm especially excited about Boone.
Vampire
being
Project.
a
Oh
vampire.
yeah.
Yeah. On my
He
list.
was made for it.
I mean, isn't that something he's also been wanting to do for like a long
Yes.
time?
So,
So
I'm pretty sure it used to be called My Broccoli.
yeah.
This vampire project was My Broccoli, and they released a thing about My Broccoli, and then that never happened, and he's been gunning to play a vampire. He like every chance he gets, he will mention the fact that he wants to play a vampire and that he wants to have this like
The
this
teaser
fantasy
looks
vampire show,
awesome.
and like
The teaser is great.
Yeah.
It's like giving me like Vampire Nights, the anime vibes, and I love that.
I love that. So when I was watching that trailer, I was like, oh, sweet, awesome. There's Santa, there's Mix, there's Boone, there's Prem. Boss? Wait, what? Boss?
Yeah, he
So I'm just like...
just showed up. I forgot he was in that too.
Yeah. And so I'm so excited to see those boys play vampires.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
No, I think
just
they
love
picked a
vampires.
cast of people who are perfect to play vampires, like Boone, Santa, Boss. Like those are all people I can
Yes.
picture like embodying
Yes.
the vampire
Yes.
aesthetic.
Boone knows what he's doing. I'm just saying. Like he's been so involved like in reading BLs and just like advocating for his own show, and he knows what he wants, and he's read enough and seen enough that he knows the genre. So it's
Fucking
gonna
love
be
it.
so good.
I'm
And
actually
I
like
kind of I'm also here for the GMMTV one. I know it's
yeah,
very
of
camp,
course.
but I'm
so
here for it.
Yep. Just going
I'll
like
watch it.
I hope they lean into
Gimme.
the camp. Like I honestly think vampire stories are so fun when they lean into the campy
Yeah.
aspect of it. So like that's what I'm hoping for with I don't know if like Boone's one will go that route, but like some of the other ones I'm hoping that they lean into like the campy aspect. I'm like surprisingly excited for the one with Shane because I think it's been like advertised as like a vampire romantic comedy. Shane was in My Engineer. It's like 1000
Yeah.
Years Vampire or something like that.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
So like I was just excited because like I don't think Shane has really done a lot since My Engineer, and obviously he was in the pairing that kind of, well, they, a lot of them had an open ending, but like with the doctor, he was like the one that got brozoned, the brozone pairing. And even though like it's a different, he's acting with someone different, like I'm just excited to see him again, and I like that it's kind of like vampire romantic comedy, and that makes me sound like, to me that sounds like they'll really lean into like the campy side of things, so I'm excited to see how that one plays out.
I'm really, so I want them to for My Golden Blood, I want them to lean into camp, but it's going to be really interesting because the director is the director and screenwriter of Shadow.
Yes, that's right. It's very interesting. And this is also Maya. Maya is writing My Golden Blood.
Yes.
She's a writer for it.
Yes. So
Excited
like
for that.
That's one that I'm like actually legit really looking forward to because I have no idea what to expect. No idea what to expect. Even after seeing like the trailer.
I think it's gonna be
what to
big.
expect.
When we were in Thailand, Maya told us she was working on something with GMMTV. I did not expect it
To be the vampire series. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
The unexpected.
And I saw there's one that's called OMG Vampire.
Oh, is that the Frank and
Lee?
Yes.
Oh.
I haven't like been able to watch any of their shows, so I'm not like, I like Frank.
Frank is awesome.
But I haven't been like, I don't know, none of their shows, like I haven't really loved like the plots, and I've heard a lot of things about like they tend to like the productions tend to be a little bit like rough, like production wise, like they like get dubbed over a lot and stuff like that. So I don't know, I just haven't been drawn to a lot of their projects, but so we'll see how that one goes. I don't know.
The director for that one is the director for Dear Doctor, I'm Coming for Soul.
Well, that might just rope me in.
That's intriguing.
That might just rope me in. Okay. We might be in business
Said the magic
here.
words.
I need one of these vampire BLs to be set like full out gothic in a house with like servants and just like going all out with, I guess, the archetype of Dracula basically in like Transylvania. That would be so cool if they could fund something like that that's really on theme.
I would love that.
Oh
yeah.
Come on, guys. Production companies, listen to us. In the year of 2024, the year of vampire BLs.
We can be your international
liaisons.
Vampire liaisons.
I was a teenage vampire. I've got this.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's funny.
Didn't we when we were making our had our Halloween episode where we were like make our own BL thing, didn't we cast Boone as a vampire?
I'm pretty sure we
wanted
did.
to be a vampire 100%. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We gave him the role that he was born to play, and now he has it. We manifested
everything he needed. Okay.
Maybe he watched our episode, and that was when he was like, "Okay, we have to do this."
100%. 100%.
Oh my god. We are the liaison.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh god. So I've got more fantasy stuff on my list. The thing that when I was putting this together that actually really surprised me was Demundi has a lot of fantasy stuff coming out this year. So I've got The Next Prince on my list, which I consider fantasy because of world building.
Like the royalty aspect,
The royalty world building aspect of it, I consider fantasy, and I've got that on my list, and I'm like 100% sure it's on Kayla's list.
Yeah, I was like just waiting for Kayla to say that one, honestly. Oh no, we lost them! Right at their moment.
I'm not sure what just happened. Literally, the page closed. It just closed.
Your love for Xenonu got too overwhelming.
They're trying to silence me. That's what they're doing.
Is The Next Prince the first show you wrote on your list?
It is the only other show, other than the Net James one, that I have on my list. Honestly, I'm gonna backpedal everything else I said I was excited for. This is all I need. Allegedly, the pilot is supposed to come out in the first quarter of
I
this
saw
year.
their little like royalty announcement
that's
thing
so
they put out on
exciting.
social media.
And that's really exciting, but I also hope that the production is not rushed.
Yeah.
Because I know they haven't done shit for it yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I will have some words for Demundi if they rush that production. But yeah, I did think it was cool how they announced it as like a royal newsletter. And
Yeah,
that's the
I hope
kind of
they keep
stuff
up that
I-
marketing.
Yeah, that's the kind
Yeah,
of
I
stuff
heard
I
that too.
love.
Yeah.
It's so like immersive into the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like even down to it is like fantasy because they even have like, I guess, like a name that like the people of the land are called and like all of that. So
The world
yeah, it's
building,
definitely-
the fantasy
yeah.
world building.
I think
Yeah.
I would consider it fantasy as well.
Yeah.
I feel like, we were saying Boone was made to play a vampire. I feel like Z Nanu as like Prince bodyguard dynamic
yeah.
is like they were made
Yeah.
for that dynamic. Like
Yeah.
I'm so excited
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
I want some yearning. Give me
Yes.
some yearning. Some like
We
Like,
can never be
not
together because our
star-crossed lovers.
social classes are
Yes!
too different. Like
yes.
There's that.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
I suspect because I've read like parts of the novel that people translated. I suspect that it's going to be one of those things where their characters butt heads a lot at first. Like that
yeah.
they don't like each other.
Yes.
Because there's also like this whole, I don't know if this is exactly the full story, but I think the concept is that Nanu's character doesn't know he's royalty, and
Yes,
Z's
and-
character like goes and retrieves him from like
Yes.
another country and it's like, you need to come here and like
Yeah.
prepare to be like the ruler, something like that. So
oh, that's
Yeah.
gonna be so fun.
I think the
Please. If we don't get a Z throwing Nanu over his shoulder and storming out of somewhere, if we don't get
shut
that,
up,
I will-
shut up.
Kayla's browser is just gonna close again.
There's this, okay.
Oh my
There's
god.
this one scene from the novel that involves a mirror. And I really, really hope that they add it into the show. Like, it's the one scene that everyone wants them to put into the show.
I need you to
Interesting.
send me the translation of that. I desperately need to read that, Kayla.
My mind
just random
went
tweets.
somewhere, and I don't think it's the
I-
right somewhere.
I think
No,
it might be the right somewhere.
It might be the
No,
right
I'm
somewhere.
pretty sure it is the right somewhere too.
It's like, but I think it could be really artistic, honestly. That sounds sarcastic, but if they film
I'm
it, a
having
certain way.
feelings.
Uh-huh.
I'm having feelings about this.
Mm-hmm.
I need this show. I need this show.
Kayla's about to like put
I'll watch
make
it
all of
for
us
the
on our number one
artistic-
list.
Oh,
I'm the
Pixie's a supporter of the
Xenonu
arts.
liaison.
yeah, Kayla.
See,
yeah,
new
Z
liaison, actually, though.
Xenonu liaison.
Oh my god. Yeah, I desperately need this. I love royalty shit. I love fantasy world building shit. I love a bodyguard and like
Oh,
yearning.
Yeah.
Ooh!
Yep.
I'll just throw shit across the room.
Forbidden
I
love
just-
thing.
Forbidden love. That's it. Thank you. That I was like not star-crossed lovers. Forbidden love.
This is totally
Oh.
off topic, but it reminds me of this bodyguard X like superstar Jang Pat fic I read on AO3. So good.
You are. I need the links.
I will
Alexa,
share.
I need the links. Yes,
I will share it.
please. Oh my god.
I
you
could
know
see-
what? I was.
Oh.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I could see Man and Ben doing like a bodyguard X like
Oh,
guardy dynamic as well, and it'd be really good. Maybe that's one of my wishful thinking predictions.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got. Well, yeah.
We'll get there. We'll
Um,
get there.
in the Domundi sort of sphere, I actually don't know if they're producing this, but I'm keen for Two Worlds, the Max Nat,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I
Mhm.
can't remember who the other guy
That one's
is.
filming right now, I think,
It's
It's
isn't it?
currently filming right now. I know that Kongthup Production is distributing content about it, but I don't actually know if it's like a joint thing with Domundi and Kongthup, or if it's just Kongthup, like, not too
I think
sure.
I think they announced it at the Domundi showcase,
At the
and I don't know if
Domundi
that's just
showcase.
because, Max and Nat are Domundi artists, but it might be.
That's what, yeah, that's where I was getting confused.
Yeah.
But I'm keen for that because, well, I like Max Nat, but also it's like a love triangle, but not.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like this element. Well, we've gone through the fact that I like yearning, I like angst. There is definitely an angst element, quite a heavy angst element.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just really keen to see some of that acting from Max and Nat, because I know that they have that in them. They do comedy well, they do rom-com quite well, but they have this, like, I don't know, I just want to see that from them, and so I'm really keen for it. I'm so keen for it. Not as keen as the next Prince, but I'm very keen for Two Worlds.
Talking about Domundi, what is Punk Spy?
I don't know what happened to that.
It never, yeah, there we go. I've got sending out a search party for, I'm going to add Punk Spy to it.
Oh, search part of your shows, you're like, what happened to them? Okay. It makes sense now.
Yeah.
I have
Because
no idea.
I have no idea what happened, like what's going on with that. What happened?
Yeah.
Because didn't they announce that?
Tommy and Thomas?
Yeah, it was one of like the new Domundi actors from last year. Like, I guess their second gen is what they call them.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I
Third.
haven't.
They
Oh,
even
that's the
have a
third gen.
poster,
Okay.
So where the
It was announced last time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not the one that just happened, but like
No,
a year ago.
no,
type
it
of
was
thing.
like a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea where that went.
Dude, I wish if they were giving up shows, I wish they would just like put out a notice. Like, hey guys,
No, we
this is
can no
not
longer continue the
happening.
production. Or whatever.
Sorry.
Yeah. Instead
Yeah.
of just people just
Instead of
being
just
left
letting it-
wondering forever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I have one that I
have
guess.
no idea.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Pixie. I don't want you to lose it.
No, I was just like, I came across it because I noted this earlier. There is going to be a remake of Scum.
A Korean
Yeah,
one.
I saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Korean
Oh.
remake of Scum.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know
Interesting.
how to feel about it. I hope it goes into the hands of someone who can handle it because it can be
Yeah. I hope it's not a remake with 15-minute episodes.
right.
I mean, that's like the Korean BL blueprint. So
That's
you might be
shade.
hoping for too much right there.
I am
I'm like, if
just
they're gonna do it,
waiting-
let's just do it right.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for some semantic errors season 2.
Ha! Okay, so that is on my jumping ahead predictions, but it's my wishful thinking predictions. Is
I don't think
Uh,
it's not
yeah.
wishful thinking. It's gonna happen. We
well,
all
my
know
wishful
it.
thinking is season 2 or a new BL that has Soham and Jay Chan as leads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like they would be silly not to do a season 2.
Yeah, I
Like-
mean that show was the biggest BL in
Yeah,
Korea. So
I just don't know if
Yeah, it
it'll
had a huge
happen.
impact.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it'll happen this year. I think maybe they'll film it this year to release next year because
Yeah,
Soham
they don't need
is
to rush
in
it,
another. He's in another series. He's just been picked up for a different series, so he's got to film that. Jay Chan's doing his. I think he's going solo for a little bit. Like they've got a lot of stuff happening this year, and they also need to write the script and get all of that sorted. Like you don't want it to be a quick turnaround because
Yeah.
you need the quality of the first season to match the
I
second.
will say there is
mean,
enough
second to match the first.
story in the manhwa for a
Yeah.
season 2. So
Didn't
it won't
the
be
the
like,
manhwa like just finished, didn't it, recently?
It's
So
good.
there's a lot.
It's
Yeah.
so good. There's enough story to make a proper script, so it won't be like one of those we're just trying to
They're
make
just
money,
winging it. Yeah.
throw in some cheating.
I'm
Yeah.
keen.
Yeah.
I'm keen. Actually, this is a really good little segue, but mainly just because it's like Korean, search party, we're talking all about that. I want to know what the fuck happened to Hisu in Class 2. It's also another manhwa turned show. They announced it like a year and a half ago. I'm pretty sure. I know that the one of the leads has mentioned that it's still. I think he's mentioned that it's still happening. There's been a little bit of chatter about it, but like, where the fuck is it? It's been a year and a half. We're now just getting a little bit of chatter. Like this is a I'm sending a search party for Hisu in Class 2 because when they announced this, I was so excited. I really, really, really love the webcomic. I just manhwa webcomic. I actually don't know if they printed it. Anyway, it's a fun story, and then we just don't hear anything for a year and a half. Like,
Yeah, I mean, the main actor has confirmed that it's still happening, according to my drama
yeah,
list.
I saw that, but that's happened before. So I'm just like, search party. Come on, give us some more.
Bring it out of the woodworks.
Seriously.
So mine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I was just thinking, going down my list, a lot of my, like, I don't have a lot of shows that I'm looking forward to that are outside of Thailand, only like a couple. Everything else on my list, for some strange reason, is just Thailand.
Yep.
And I think some of that is because...
all the other countries dropped the ball last year. Like, they literally dropped the ball. There hasn't been anything exciting. Like, there's been shows, they're all right. Some are good, but it hasn't been anything really exciting, really, that's been giving everyone like a buzz and a lot of talking, and like the ball was dropped, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's also to do with the fact that how Thailand markets their
that's what I was
shows.
gonna say.
They drop the trailers, they let you know in advance what's coming, they have a lot of hype going on. Whereas when I'm kind of trying to find like what's coming out of Korea in 2024.
So there are
size
16 shows, according to the site I'm on, from Korean BLs that might be coming out.
But do they
next
have
year.
like synopsis? Do they have a trailer? Like I can find like
not
show
a
names.
lot of trailers.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't actually know what to expect. So I'm not going to put it on my list.
Yeah, that's what's hard is because like the format with Thailand, because they do the pilot trailer and then whatever film, do what they need to do, and then you get the actual trailer and the show, so like about like what to expect in some form a lot ahead of time usually, whereas like a lot of these shows, like once they start releasing stuff, like that's like the trailer and the show's coming out in like a month or something like that. So yeah it's hard to know or to predict quick. Like what it's gonna be like.
Definitely. What were you going to say before?
I was going to say mine kind of goes back to, we jumped to Korea for a bit, but I was kind of segueing back to the fantasy side of things a little bit. So one of the ones I'm really excited for is the other, well, I guess like the main series that D-Hub House has announced this year, which is My Stand-In with Up and Poom. So I think it's an interesting plot. It's another kind of like, I don't know if like, I guess body traveling more than like time traveling or something, because the main character like is in love with this person who sees him as a replacement for someone else. He's literally a stunt actor, so he sees him as like someone who fills the void for the actor he is in love with, and then the person gets into a car accident and wakes up in the body of someone else and like meets the guy he's in love with again. So of course like it's D-Hub House and it's Up, so I'm really excited for those reasons. I've heard a lot about the novel, that the characters are very like morally gray, I guess, and apparently like the character that Up is playing is kind of like not a good person. So I don't know, I'm curious to see how Up takes on that kind of role. We saw him as Gene, who was like very wholesome, like a very sweet character, and then of course in Put he was kind of an ass. Put you know, we kind of saw him play more of like a shitty person. So like I'm excited to see him take on more of like a morally gray role. But yeah, like I said before, I will watch. I'm a D Hub House Stanny. Like I know standing a
Same.
production company is like whatever. Like they have their hits and misses, but like D Hub House, that's my company right there. So I'm always gonna be excited for anything they put out.
Yeah. They have yet to miss, so.
Yeah. For me personally, at least. I should say for us personally, because me and Kayla
Yeah,
are.
for us personally. Oh.
Oh, Love Sea. Yes.
I'm not speaking because it'll echo because my headphones turned off, but
Oh no.
so or we can come back to that. I need like 5 minutes for my headphones to recharge. But
Okay.
the two Me Mind Why shows I'm excited for because I think I'm echoing. I hope I'm not echoing. I'm excited for them because it's basically the first time that MAME has kind of stopped the I'm not like my characters are these actors are my characters, and that's it. Like this is the first time that Me Mind Y is kind of looking at doing like what GMMTV does, what other production companies do, which is having a roster of actors play in numerous stories, play in numerous series. And so I'm very excited to see Fort and Pete for like Love See the series and Boss and Noel from The Boy Next World. I'm excited to see them as different characters, and I'm hoping that they're not the same types of characters as Love in the Air. Like I need the difference, and I'm excited for these shows because I want to see the difference. So I'm keen for them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. Oh, now I hear myself echoing. There we go. I'm curious to see what the stories will look like. I haven't followed like the synopsises a lot. I remember everyone was so excited when like the posters and stuff dropped. But yeah, I'm excited to see both of them take on new roles and see what they have to offer. Like I definitely agree that I think it'll be nice if they kind of, play something a little bit different, and don't get like typecast into those like the same relationship dynamics and like character archetypes that were in Love in the Air.
Yeah.
But I mean, I really like both Boss Nola and Fort Pete, so it's gonna be fun to watch them in something else and watch the chemistry on screen again, because that's one thing we know that both pairs have.
Hunt. BRB.
I think there was just an incident.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
I
Oh.
think Luna is
Yeah.
they're like darting around in the background.
Wreaking havoc.
I swear. I love her, but she gets into shit she shouldn't. And she's like, she's it's not exactly like showing off for the kittens, but she's playing with them. But because the kittens are in a cat tent because they're not allowed out yet because they haven't been vaccinated, so she can't play with them properly, she keeps like, so the kittens are big enough that they can kind of pull the tent down a bit from the inside, and she gets so excited that she tries to leap on it, and she was trying to leap from above, and she's just knocked all this shit off of my counter, and I'm just like, oh, fucking hell. And then she decided to like, I don't know if you saw, but she's just like zooming around, being a little
We saw you like darting around.
Oh.
Nice.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Didn't mean
Talking
to.
about the sea.
Nice segue.
It made me think about the merman show.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
Lover Merman. I don't know a lot about it, but the poster is interesting.
I think
they actually got like real, like the proper merman tails, like
Oh.
Like the heavy duty
that
ones that like
yeah, that
Yeah.
professionals use.
professionals
Yeah.
use. Yeah.
I hope it's not like just those like cloth ones that like you
Right?
get for like a
Oh my god.
costume. Oh
Bad
no.
CGI.
Or bad CGI, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
But I know those professional ones are like really fucking heavy, aren't they? So it'll be interesting to see.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like filming any series that involves a lot of water in that aspect is probably really difficult production
Yeah.
wise and also very hard on the actors. So if they're really dedicating to like those professional suits and also they're probably going to be filming a lot in water, like I hope that there's a good payoff for them just for the amount of work they'll probably be putting into it. But yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
anything about the plot of that one. I just remember
Yeah.
seeing the
And
chatter about it.
the main actors haven't been in anything else.
Mm.
So it's like one of those you're just like, okay, this might be great. It might be a train wreck too.
Could go either way, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Time will tell.
Time will tell, truly.
But I love that that's one of the things we're getting now. Like, this shows that they're taking more chances. They're diversifying the BL scene in Thailand because it's been very one-sided for a very long time. Like, you get these stages that, okay, we have the engineer season, we have the office season, we have the doctor season. But now, like, we're getting everything, and I love it.
That actually that falls alongside my prediction for this year really nicely, is that this is the year of fantasy BLs.
I had that as one of my predictions as well. Yeah, that was like my first prediction that I have. And like we've already seen it like I know the sign, like its fantasy elements are being really, really well received by both Thai and international audiences with the way they're being done. And of course, like we've talked about the vampires and all of the different like time travel and those kind of fantasy elements, but I think like the sign feels like, I don't know if like it's not high fantasy, but like it's kind of like there's like fantasy and then there's like supernatural fantasy, if that makes sense. And I think like the sign is interesting because it's kind of like leaning into like elements of folklore and stuff like that in its fantasy. So I think it'd be really cool to see more of those type projects as well. And I think if shows like The Sign and other, like I Feel You Lingering in the Air was also really well received for its like time travel and supernatural fantasy elements. So I think we'll definitely be seeing a lot more expansion of what type of fantasy shows are going to be like trying out, which is going to be cool to see.
Definitely. I have no segue for this. I just want to talk about it, which is the fact that GMMTV are doing some adaptations of Japanese manga and series that Japan has done, and the two that I'm really looking forward to are My Love Mix-Up and Osen's Love. Osen's Love? Osen's Love. I don't know. Osen? Someone tell me how to say that. But I'm so excited for both of those. Holy crap. Like, Earth Mix, my children, and, well, no, Gem Forth are my children. Earth Mix are like no, they're my children too. Like, I am so excited for more Earth Mix. I will go feral. Like, I will legitimately go feral. It will be all I talk about. I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited the fact that it's the same director as My School President who's doing Osen's Love and My Love Mix-Up. Like, he's doing both. And so I'm just like, it's like the formula. Earth Mix, Gem Forth. What's the director's name? Orkorn Prom. That is a formula that just will like have the best results. Holy crap.
He directed My School President too.
Yeah, that's what Heather said. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited for it. For both of them. And I think like My Love Mix-Up just did like their first script reading and like are heading into production, and I saw that and I got like it made me realize like I was a lot more excited than I even realized that I was for it. So yeah, I can't wait to see it, and I'm always happy to see more Earth Mix.
Same. And like I know that there are people who are like, no, don't like do a Thai version of this, and I'm like, there's literally different country versions of so many different things.
Yeah.
It's not going to try and replace the original.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have its own spin because Thai BL is different to Japanese BL. Like, there are slightly different things. Enjoy it for what it is and just embrace the difference and have fun. Like, it's just fun. It's not, no one's going to replace anything. So just have fun.
Yeah.
I think they've proven that they can make shows, adapt them to fit like the Thai audience and the Thai style. If you look back at like the bakery one and like S4, all of these, like they were great, but they didn't take away from the other versions, right? It was still good and it was its own thing. So
And from what I've seen so far, despite the like they've ran into the copyright issue, Cherry Magic has been well received. And people have been really enjoying the way that they've been putting it together. So I hope that gives some people some confidence in the other Japanese adaptations they're planning on. But yeah, I think there's like this energy that comes with them that like, oh, Japan already did it really well, or Taiwan already did it really well, or Korea already did it really well. So what's the point of doing it again? But like you said, like it's a different country, though the energy that they're bringing to it, the style that they're bringing to it is completely different. So like it's cool to see how they make them, and like it's gonna be cool to see My Love Mix Up in the style of a Thai BL because it's very different from a Japanese BL, and I think that's gonna be fun to see. I don't know.
No, 100%. That also kind of runs into one of my predictions, which is that Gaga Ooh La La will become the streaming platform for Japanese BLs for interfans. And I'm wondering if, I don't know if this will happen or not, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm wondering if GMMTV would potentially partner with Gaga Ooh La La to release their adaptations of Japanese shows. I'm not too sure, that's just thinking out loud. But I know, like, my prediction is 100% Gaga is going to become the streaming platform for Japanese BLs.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they already are like the one that hosts the majority of the Japanese BLs that are getting released right now. So I'm not surprised that kind of becomes their niche with the BL releases that they're putting out, like the productions that they're hosting. I really don't want to have to pay for another streaming service, but I guess
Same! It's so expensive. I can't justify like $15-16 a fucking month when I pay like $6 for Vicky a month. Like, no,
Yeah.
I pay literally less than half for another streaming platform.
yeah. I just saw, like, just jumping into a country that we haven't been talking a lot about, like Japanese BLs. They are doing like a third season of Setai BL.
I think that was like just recently
Yes,
announced.
yes, yes, yes.
A
That's on my
world
list.
where everything definitely becomes BL versus the man who definitely doesn't want to be in a BL3.
I haven't actually watched the second season yet, so I really need to get
it's
on
so
that.
Alexa.
It's so
I really like the
good.
first season. I just haven't had time to watch it. It wasn't on my radar when it came out, but
It's worth it just for the dancing and singing.
yeah.
No,
Um,
I'm so
excited.
keen for that one. It's on my list. It's on my list 100%. I love the first two seasons. I love how silly it is. I need more silly.
Yep.
No, I agree. I think it's a lot of fun, and it's fun to have shows like that. The other Japanese, since we kind of got on the train of Japanese BLs, the one I'm excited for that it just kind of like the trailer came across by like the Twitter feed. But what hooked me is that it's by the production that did Old Fashioned Cupcake. It's coming out next month, and it's called Perfect Propose. And it's like an office worker, kind of like forced cohabitation situation where he like moves in with this person who like I guess like makes his home life like really exciting after work type thing. I haven't read the full synopsis. I watched the trailer without subs, but then like the tweet that posted the trailer was like from the production of Old Fashioned Cupcake, and I was like sold immediately.
Apparently, they once promised to marry each other. What's Kai's deal, and why is he insistent on assuming the role of Hiro's fiance?
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Gimme.
I love them. Marriage things, like the marriage trope.
Yeah. Anything forced cohabitation, like not arranged marriage, but kind of in that similar vein is always fun to watch. And then, like I said, the production company behind Old Fashioned Cupcake, like that is probably my favorite Japanese BL that I've seen. So like it's airing, I think, on February 2nd, so it's coming out really soon. And I presume it will probably be on Kakao Lala.
Hopefully. I mean, it's so hard to get the Japanese BLs, so I hope
Take it where we can get it.
We'll have them, although I cannot afford all of these streaming platforms.
So like unsubscribe to one just to subscribe to the other for like 2 months, and then just like go back and forth whatever has the most shows you're interested in watching at the moment.
Definitely. I'm looking at my list, and I've only got 2 more left. I don't know what else you guys have, but we're going back to GMMTV. The 2 that I'm looking forward to are We Are, the BL, and then the GL, Pluto.
Yes, I just had all the GLs listed, but yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm excited for We Are because of all like how many people are in it. Like Pompuin, Winnie Satang, Mark Holly, Boom. Yeah. The only thing that I'm a little bit nervous about is that New is the director. Because like I've enjoyed Until We Meet Again.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. And I've enjoyed aspects of other stuff that he's done. I just hate how he doesn't stick the landing. He doesn't stick the landing. He like, what do you call it? He starts the run up really well in the air. They're doing tricks and they're doing flips and they're doing really good shit, and then he just doesn't stick the landing.
You're not wrong.
And so I'm a little bit nervous.
From what I've seen and what the cast have said, the streets are saying that it's going to be 16 episodes, and they're kind of gonna, like, I guess 4 episodes per pairing kind of vibe, or like, or no, I think they said like one half focuses on Pon and Pooin with like a secondary-ish couple, and then the other is gonna be Winnie and Satang with like a secondary-ish couple. And I think that's just people mainly interpreting on the cast have said 16 episodes multiple times, and kind of that it's gonna be split, I guess, kind of similar to like a Love in the Air type situation. But yeah, I think that is like the main worry that everyone has with the show is that New is directing it.
Yeah, my problem with New is that he has the same sort of attitude to PL as Hwang Da-sol. Like, she has said that she doesn't like it when it's overly sexual. And that's fine when you can make the story work in different ways. Like, you create the tension, you create the shots or whatever, you just make it work. But New, it doesn't know how to make it work, so it falls flat because he refuses to put anything like remotely sexual, especially when you're doing a show about someone having like casual sex together, and that's the whole premise of the fucking show.
Honestly,
and you
me too.
refuse to put it in there.
Yeah. I'm bitter about A Boss and a Babe too, because I feel like he ruined it.
Yeah.
He puts in more foot shots than story, honestly.
Oh, dude. Oh, God. No.
Like,
this is bringing back when we were in that hotel room
Yeah.
watching this. Oh, fucking God.
same
The feet
thing with
jump scare.
every single show. A Boss and a Babe. Why were there so many foot shots? Elongated foot shots. You could have filled in the plot holes. What are you
I
doing?
think your kink is
He has
showing
a
there,
thing.
buddy.
Yeah.
Rein it in. Rein it in.
Ironic.
Right?
It's ironic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
that's so
just,
funny.
I think
Like, if
he
that's your
could-
thing, fine. Just don't put it in the shows. Like, like, sub it out for sexual chemistry. Like, just.
Just
I
make the story
feel
make sense. That's all I'm asking.
he's a little bit out of touch. I feel with the general genre he's making, it feels like he kind of doesn't want to do BLs, but he's just gotten stuck into it. Which I kind of find a little bit misogynistic, but that's fine. But at least, like, make it work. At least make it work. Just.
Yeah. See, I don't get the misogyny, but
He doesn't like the sex being in the shows because he
Homophobic?
thinks they're overly sexual because women are watching BL.
Oh, that's your angle. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, see, I think that, like, if he wants to make, this is a whole purity culture conversation that we don't need to go into for this, but, like, I think if he wants to make sweet, simple BLs with a cute little kiss at the end, like, do that. There's a market for that type of BL. We see that with there's a couple of other BLs around that came out last year that were, like, sweet, simple, that type of stuff. But, like, it's the fact that he's doing things like Between Us that is all about this, like, hookup and this sexual chemistry that then develops into real life feelings and this idea that you are my person. But he doesn't back it up with his directing of these characters where they should be, like, have this, like, sexual chemistry feeling, and they should have this, like, it should be shot in a way that shows this sexual chemistry. That's where I think, and that's where for me he falls flat and he doesn't stick the landing to extend the metaphor even further from, like, what we were saying before. Like, he starts off good. It looks like he's going to finally show us a little bit more than what he's shown us previously and has let us down, and then he doesn't. He just lets us down again. And at this point, it just feels so anticlimactic to get to the end of his series, because it's like, we were hoping for something more. He doesn't show it to us. It's anticlimactic. It's disappointing, and it feels like the story he wants to tell isn't the story that he's telling, if that makes sense.
Right.
And so there's this disconnect. And so I'm just really concerned about We Are and how, like, are we going to get this disconnect again? Are we going to feel like he's tried his best and I don't know. Like I said, I don't have anything against him. He's done some good shit. He starts stuff off really well. I've enjoyed aspects of his other series, besides Until We Meet Again. I just hate how he sticks the landing. And so I'm excited for We Are, but I'm also apprehensive about it. And, like, I don't know. I just want to say to him, if you want to make these cute, sweet BLs, please do. Just don't do it with characters and a story that requires you to be a bit more explicit than maybe you are comfortable being.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a rant.
We
No,
were
I
all
feel
ranting
that.
at one point.
Yeah. No, I agree. I guess we'll have to see. I mean, I'm hoping that, like, the cast can really, like, I don't know. I mean, we know it's like a university story. We don't really know what the plot is beyond that, I don't think, or if there is much of a plot beyond it being just like a university falling in love, pretty simple storyline, which, like you said, is fine if that's what it's going for. I think there is a novel that it's based on that I've seen some translations floating around on Twitter, but I haven't read any of them. But I'm hoping that, like, Pond and Puin and Winnie's Tong and All Boom and the cast can, like, really fill in the gaps that tend to come with news directing, but also, like, there's only so much they can do if the director's not bringing their A game. So I don't know.
True. And I guess it's also like, who are the writers? Is New writing and directing, or is he just directing? Like, who are the writers? How's the story being written? To be fair, like, sometimes it's literally the writers. The director can do everything they can, and it's just the story's just shit. So, like, I can't always say that New himself always doesn't stick the landing, because, like, obviously the writers have a massive part in that. But yeah, it's just, I wonder how involved outside of just directing is he for these GMMTV series.
Yeah, fair point. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Yeah. I like for the last one for me, I just want to mention that I'm still very excited about Hot Bammy and Yummy Gaga. They have
Is that coming out this year? Are they coming out this year? Is it?
Probably.
Sorry, that was me. Yeah, I was like, did you see anything that I haven't seen yet? I was getting excited. Sorry, you keep going.
No, so they were having some productions issues, which is why they are not. It's not out yet. So I'm just hoping they'll figure those out, and it will. If they can figure it out, it'll be out this year. So hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm excited.
We're all manifesting.
Yeah, we have been excited for that one for a while now.
For a while, yeah.
I think we mentioned it in the beginning of last year as well.
Yeah, I mean that was
because they were
one of the
supposed to
first.
start filming in summer time, but then the production issues came in for it. But I know they're still working on it, so it's not going anywhere.
It's good to know.
But yeah.
I want to say the only one I had on my list that we haven't mentioned in some form is Deep Night with First and Shogun, which I feel like this is kind of like,
Yes.
My brain was like, this is kind of like a nepotism pick because we interviewed them in Thailand. But I was really excited about the story after hearing about it, and I liked the pilot trailer, and I know that they just started filming. And it's another kind of like, I don't know, I like what they said talking about like the night jobs, like the jobs of the night type thing. I think it's an interesting premise. And I think that like what they've done with the production value from what we've seen so far is given me a lot to look forward to. So that's one that I'm very, very excited for, to see how it all comes together.
Same.
Me too.
True. Same. I also have a Nepo pick. And I didn't add a Nepo pick. Flat Milk. It looks cute. Talking to the boys, it sounds cute. The boys themselves are lovely and cute, and everything just looks cute, and I just want cute. And I've said cute too many times, but I'm sticking by that.
Cute.
Cute.
All right, well, I feel like we haven't even really talked about predictions yet. I mean, we've mentioned some in passing, but did anyone have any specific predictions that they really wanted to? I know Heather has a lot of predictions.
I'll go through them very quick. Like, I'll just say them, and then we can pull out anything we want to talk about if you want.
Yeah, that works. I know, Kayla, did you have some predictions as well?
I have one.
Okay. I have like one or two. We kind of already talked about one, so.
Jenna, start with yours? Because mine is a lot.
Maybe because I'm guessing yours are going to be more positive.
And on a positive note.
We'll end on a positive, yeah.
Okay. Even though I only have one prediction, I pride myself in my predictions being accurate and always coming true, because they always do. So this year, my prediction is that I think we're going to see a mini resurgence of dramas that have like downright offensive content in them. And it's funny because we've seen so much progress in like just the time that we've been doing this podcast. that like I don't ever really watch dramas anymore, and I'm like like have the thought that what I'm seeing is like egregious or something. And even like I feel like I don't really care as much about toxicity and certain ways it's depicted in BL anymore. But there have been multiple shows, some upcoming, like Love Syndrome, the
That's what I thought you
beginning,
were talking about. Yeah.
where I really feel like they're testing the waters to see how far they can push it. And I feel like some of these showrunners are starting to ask the question if they can attempt to renormalize things for certain tropes that were thrown out like 3 or 4 years ago because people got smarter and they just started thinking more about what they're watching. So I think that will lead to some dramas with plots that sound like they're straight out of 2017. And the discourse, I don't think, is going to stop about it because I think that people this time around are going to call it out. And in general, I feel like people are more conscious now of where they're putting their money and their views and what companies they're supporting. And I think the global climate will also affect consumerism in BL because people are just, they're going to see it and they're just not going to support it.
No, we don't have enough money as it is. We're not going to spend it on things that we don't
No.
want to be endorsing. Yeah.
No. So I say mini resurgence because like there is going to be so much variety of BL this year. So, but I don't know. I feel like there have been some shows that are really planting the seed of trying to like make certain things seem normal when it's not. And I don't like the foreboding of that. But yeah, the bright side is that I do think people are going to be like, people are already like with that Love Syndrome show, like, what the fuck are you
Most
doing?
of the reaction that I saw to like the synopsis that has been going around is like, what the fuck is this and why? Like, are we not, if you want, I know it's like based on a novel or something, like, why are we not updating the synopsis more, updating things to fit with 2024? I don't know if when the show goes into production, we will see more changes. I want to hope that we will, but I don't know. We'll see.
Reminds me of our reaction when we read the red pea foul synopsis.
This is true. The synopsis had some things in it. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's a show that we're keen for, except for the fact that the synopsis says that there's an assault basically that links these two together. And yeah, with that Love Syndrome show and what potentially will come out throughout the year, yeah, now that you've mentioned it, I'm a little bit concerned that might happen, not just with like the assault and the sexual assault, but other themes. My brain went to Fish Upon the Sky and a couple of things that happened in that show, and like other bits, like things that the way that they treat women in shows. Like I'm a little bit concerned, especially like with the rise of GL. How are we going to see women treated in BL? Are they just going to disappear from BL? Are they going to be treated as the horrible ex-girlfriend again? Are they going to be treated as someone to be saved? Like, what's that look like?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, I don't want it to be like, oh, they have GLs now, so we don't need to write decent characters in BL. They can just go watch GL if they want that. Like, because I feel like the vice versa, like they don't get the same leniency the other way around. I feel like if, you had a GL and had some really secondary shittily written BL side pairing, like the production company of the GL would not see the end of it. So I don't want it to be like, it's just like the playing field isn't level. So like I don't want us to backtrack just because like I'm so excited that the GL industry is starting to stand on its own, but I don't want that to take away from the progress we've seen with the way, in some degrees, progress we've seen with the way that women are written in BL and getting GL pairings in BLs in some forms and stuff like that. So yeah.
Another thing that it's not really a trope, but I've noticed that is ramping up again, colorism in these shows.
Mm.
Cut it out. Like, seriously. I was
cut the
watching
cameras.
Middleman's Love. Why does the OST, it goes like, you love me even though I'm not white.
Yes! Yes! When I saw that, I literally gasped. I was like, sorry, this is the OST. This is meant to be the romantic song that ties this entire show together, and we have that line. What the actual fuck?
You love me even though I'm not white.
That is fucking wild. Wow.
I keep seeing it in shows. Even shows that people look at and they're like, oh, this is like pretty like progressive or whatever. No, it always still has the colorism. Always.
And it's so frustrating because it feels like we have made progress with seeing darker skinned lead actors in BLs to some degree. And so to see like progress on that aspect, but also like in the same show where you'll cast someone with a darker skin tone like Tudor, you have a fucking like, so you're essentially like, you cast him and then you mock his skin tone in the same breath. Like, oh, that just makes me so angry to think about.
That's kind of on the fans as well, because if you see like the hardcore fans that are out there taking
everything's still fucking whitewashed to hell and back. I can't save a single picture of an actor that's not fucking whitewashed.
It's so ingrained in the society and like the way that society views beauty that like I just really want that to change, because it's not going to change in our shows until it changes in Asian society or just society in general, I should say, which is like fucked. But it's really strong in Asian society, and like I would like that move to happen now. Yeah.
And if anything, I feel like on a larger world scale, like within the world, we are regressing with the way we treat people of darker skin tones and minorities. So honestly, like, I can't say I'm surprised.
Seesaw. It's not a seesaw. Like, you shouldn't be regressing in one aspect to like progress in the other. Like, it should be balanced, and we should all just move forward together. Yeah. I'm really into the metaphors today. Like, it's not a fucking seesaw. Anyway, sorry.
So I have one prediction that I kind of feel is gonna happen, is that there will be at one point GMMTV is gonna announce that there's been a cast change for the leads of
That's inevitable. That's just a fact. I feel like that's a guarantee.
We should bingo list our predictions and then just like keep track throughout the year.
Sorry, Mark can't be in this show, or this show because he's doing that show, and that show.
It's always Mark at the scene of the crime.
That boy does so much.
Speaking of, I don't know if this is really a prediction, more something that Mark himself has hinted at, but Mark Paquin lead role, like I know he was a lead in Only Friends, but Mark Paquin lead role in 2024, he's hinted at it. A lot of people say he's going to be paired with who's in Last Twilight, because they've been doing a lot on social media together. But Mark Paquin lead BL role in 2024. Honestly, Mark Paquin lead role in everything. He's in all these shows. Why not? You know? But yeah, I feel like it's more of a thing that is going to happen with the way he's hinted at it than a prediction. But I'm still counting it as a prediction.
Yeah. I need more Drake too.
Like, yeah, he's gonna be in that 1D Good Day as a support role, but I don't know if he's doing much else beyond that.
Give us more Drake.
Give us more Drake.
I'm pretty sure we said that 2 years
ago. I was like, I feel like that's been a prediction for a while.
Every year.
Yeah. We just need more Drake. 100%. Yeah. Do you want to go? Do you want to do yours, Alexa, before I run down my ridiculous list?
Okay. My other prediction, which was somewhat a prediction, more wishful thinking, I think / hope D-Hub House is going to produce a GL in 2024. Because they had Moy and Eun Peng in I Feel You Linger in the Air, and they handled their story really well, and it was nice to see. Well, actually, I don't know, were Moy and Eun Peng in the novel as like a romantic thing, Kayla?
There are literally no women in the novel.
Okay, so They have made an improvement from the original. And they handled their story really well and gave them like a happy ending, which like for lesbians in the 1920s, like unheard of, honestly. So I
Yep.
hope that like they continue to expand that, and I would really love to see them and hope they do a GL in 2024. And my other prediction, which is kind of like, it's not serious, but I think we're gonna see more Omegaverse in 2024 because Pitmane is so fucking popular, and like they said,
I'm
the
excited.
production said, "Oh, it's not an Omegaverse; it's fucking Omegaverse." Like
Did you see
it's
that
an
they released an
Omegaverse
alpha,
series.
beta, omega,
Yeah.
enigma thing? Like, and they
They
said
literally-
alpha, beta, omega, enigma.
They literally
like,
lied just to get the show on the air, and then they were like, "Just kidding, it's an Omegaverse," and it's like so popular. People are so into it.
I
And
love
I
it.
think.
I love it.
I think
too.
we're gonna see more. I think, they tested the waters, and I think we'll see more of it happening. I don't
I
know.
hope so. I hope so. That's one I would really like to see more.
Sorry, I just like boop. Young Royals is gonna like the new season is gonna.
Oh, their
air
final
this
season.
year,
Drop
too.
really
Yeah,
soon.
in March.
Yeah.
In March, I think.
Excited.
King,
Happy
King
birthday to me.
Happy birthday
Yeah.
to Kayla.
Dropped specifically for you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are my predictions, yeah.
Okay. I sorted my predictions, of course, into 3 different categories. The first category is Rise of. The second category was Other. And then the third category was Wishful Thinking. So I'll start with Rise of, and I'm just going to say them. And then if anything pops out to you, remember it, and we'll come back and talk. Unless you want to just stop me and talk.
We'll see.
Go. And go.
All right. So, Rise of, GMMTV Music, Fantasy BLs, Idol Factory will grow in popularity even further than they are currently. Other companies will follow the GMMTV model a lot stronger than they currently are. And there's going to be a lot more GLs from other companies. So that's my Rise of. Now, my other is so shipping in Thailand will reach new levels. So see Mossbank, Ryan Frame, Dow,
Down
Off-Road.
off-road.
Yep. So shipping will reach new levels. A GMMTV ship will sink and burn. Already said the Gaga Ulala will be the streaming platform for Japanese BLs. Beyond Cloud will have a new BL. They'll announce it. They won't release it, but it will be strictly a new BL. Old faves will return to the screen. More content for interfans, so online and in-person fan meets and events. And then my wishful thinking, already spoke about Semantic Error, or our new BL announced with Soham and Jay-Chan as leads. And my last thing is LoveCast will be at the GMMTV 2025 in person.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
I like that one.
Let's go.
I mean, if we're planning to go back around the time that they
November,
usually do the
yeah.
showcase, we can. I would like to circle back to, if an old pairing makes a resurgence, I hope it's Max and Toll. I
Yeah,
don't
old
think it
faves
will
return
be,
to the screen.
but that would be my wishful thinking. If they do, then I hope it's them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking like whether it's like Max Tool or just Max, or I know Max
yeah.
is coming for a PFAL.
Well-
But like I'm thinking think like back to like first gen couples and second gen couples and like
Kristen Sincto,
yeah. Or like
people have speculated
yeah.
that Captain and White will be making a cameo in the new Lovesick, which
yeah.
there's a lot to be said about the cast that they announced for that show, and stuff like that. But people have speculated they'll be making a cameo there, which they also did something like a couple years ago too. So, but yeah, no, that would be cool to see.
I want to see Toll and Mew.
I swear to fucking God, like the fact that they just released that they're both on this holiday thing, I
Yeah.
can't with them. I can't.
Oh, the people like really believe that that's a thing, especially because like Mew talked
They
about a while
know what they're
back
doing.
that
Yeah.
he has a partner that he's looking like he thinks he's going to marry type thing,
Yeah.
and around then him and Tool started spending a lot more time together, and people, you know what, as long as they're having fun, I don't know. I haven't
Yeah.
seen too much like people being weird about it, but I'm not super tuned into that side of the fandom, so I don't know.
No. I just can't. I can't handle it. They keep dropping shit, and then all of a sudden, everyone just goes crazy, and I'm just like, ah!
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Max and Search Party, he is supposed to be in a show that he filmed last year, I think, called The Outing. And it's not strictly a BL, but he is supposedly supposed to have a thing with Nankua, who was Jom, and I Feel You Linger in the Air. And also Top Tap is in that, and people like he said his character is like someone who like hooks up a lot of people.
That's right, I remember that.
And he definitely confirmed that he was like had a thing going. His character has a thing going on with non-cools, but people also speculated about him and Top Tap's characters having a thing, and that's the one I want to send out a search party for. It's a VU original, and I know Shadow also took a long time to be released, so I hope that we get it sometime this year because it filmed like beginning of 2023 or something, I think. So, but yeah, I want to see Max and Uncool and whatever will be going on there.
Yeah, I've added it to the search party list.
Search party, the official search party that we will be sending out.
Yeah. Is anyone else wanting to send a search party out for any other series? Let us know. Put in the comments. I'll add it to the list.
We will officially send it out.
Yes. But yeah, so gosh. I think the one thing that I really like truly wholeheartedly believe prediction wise is that shipping will reach new levels in Thailand. Like we've seen it starting to happen in 2023, and so much discourse around shipping this past year has happened because of it, and I just think it's going to reach just even further levels in 2024. Don't know what those levels will look like, but 100% it's going to be more.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Just like you said, the pairings that you mentioned, Moss Bank and Ryan and Frame and Down Off-Road, like the lines, I feel like there used to be a pretty clear line between like, you know, when a pairing was on versus when a pairing was off in terms of their ship. Yes. And I feel like in general that line is starting to become a lot less clear. But there are like those specific ones that you're like you really like, even like the least Delulu of people I think starts to question, like, and then you get into this argument of like, why do we automatically question that it might be fake type thing, you know, like there's a lot to be said there around it. So yeah, no, I agree. Any other predictions?
I just thought of one. I don't know if this is wishful thinking, but what is going on with Pan and Fluke?
What is
going on?
I think there is something there. Okay, I've been seeing them like they've been going around. Okay, well they went to see New, which is like, we just had this whole conversation about director New, but like they were posting pictures like going to visit New for New Year's and like other production companies for New Year's. And like I know they have the same manager, so like, you know, you could say, oh, they're going to visit all of these people together just because they're under the same manager note now, but like I don't know. That's been my prediction for a while now, and I can see something happening there, and I would be here for it. 100%. I would be here for it. I will be the captain of the Pan Fluke Choo Choo train. Like
100%. We'll probably end up making like a fan account specifically for Pan Fluke. Like LoveCast will run the Pan Fluke fan account.
Pan Fluke like, official.
Yeah, literally, like literally, I can see it happening. Like, oh my god, we will be the loudest stans of Pan Fluke.
We can make like little edits from all of our moments in Thailand.
A piece of information that I feel like affirms this is that if you, this is gonna sound stupid, but if you like track people, like actors, like who they make TikToks with,
Mm-hmm.
Pan only makes TikToks with the female lead that he's with in his one
And
show
Fluke.
and Fluke.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes. Yes.
It connects. It connects.
No, I think
There we go.
I
That's
think
that's
it's
a
fair.
2024 prediction that
If
Pan
if
Flick
it
will
comes
be-
true, you
and
literally
we will
heard
be
it
the
here
standees.
first.
Yeah, and we will be the leaders of that fan page, that fan account. We will send the food
We'll be
trucks.
riding the
We
front
will
lines.
Be
Literally.
Oh my god, 100%. I don't think there is a stronger prediction.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect way to end it, honestly.
Yep.
All right. So then, let us know what you are looking forward to in 2024. What predictions you guys had. Was there any crossover with, the stuff that we talked about? I'm sure, like a lot of the shows that mentioned, a lot of you guys are also looking forward to them. There's what seems like a lot of good stuff coming out this year. But if we didn't mention something you're really looking forward to, let us know, because maybe it was not on our radar and you might put it on there. And we definitely want to know what your predictions are, good, bad, what your wishful thinking predictions are. So chat with us down in the comments, chat with us over on socials, and also make sure to like the episode, share it with your other BL loving friends. All of those things really help push our videos out on the algorithm so we can meet more of you guys. Don't forget to check out our Patreon. We're doing a lot of fun stuff over there. I'm currently reacting to Last Twilight. We do series reviews. We've done some other reactions. We have Only Friends and Naughty Babe and Kim Porsche and a lot of good stuff over there. So we'll be ramping that up even more in 2024. So check that out in the description if you're interested as well. But otherwise, thank you for sticking with us for another season. If you're still here, if you're just finding us, welcome aboard, and I hope you enjoy the backlog of 3 years worth of LoveCast content that's there for you.
You don't have to watch season 1. You don't. No.
I mean, I won't disagree. But if you really want to go back to the beginning and be a true OG LoveCast Stanny, then you know what? I'm here for it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So I love that Pixie hates season 1 of LoveCast and will tell everyone she can not to watch it or listen.
It's really just like,
it
okay,
makes
it's
me
the
so
first
funny.
half of
I've
season
seen
1.
that.
Like, I think it's
Yeah.
really like pre-transition to doing video episodes. Things were a little bit sketchy, a little bit rough in terms of
We had
production.
no idea what we were doing, okay?
Coincidentally, we switched to video and Heather became part of the team and things got a lot better.
I
So
was drugged
make those
out
connections
for
as you
months
will.
in the beginning because I broke my wrist.
That in no
That's
context.
funny.
No context. I was drugged out for months. That's the end of the explanation. But yes, back to the outro. We were saying goodbye.
Yes.
If you're new, welcome in. Watch whatever episodes you want to watch. And if you're still here from previous seasons, we hope you enjoy what we have cooking for you this year. And we will see you in another episode soon. So, bye-bye.
Bye.